Zambia Blog Talk Radio.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? At Global Nurse Pathways, we're here to make your dream of working in the US healthcare system a reality. From expert NCLEX exam preparations to personalized consulting and relocation support, led by the incredible Dr. Alice Nalondo, who holds a Doctor of Nursing Practice and is certified as a family nurse practitioner and a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Our team delivers top-notch training to help you answer the NCLEX exam. Once you pass your NCLEX exam, we will connect you with the US-based recruiting agencies, setting you on the path to an amazing career in healthcare. Ready to get started? We're just a call or a message away. Call or WhatsApp us now at +1 346 328 1110 for the US or +260 961 875 081 for Zambia or email info@embbehavioral.com. Let's make your dreams come true together. Global Nurse Pathways, transforming careers, changing lives.
Zambia, are you ready to kickstart your Saturdays with insightful conversations, unmissable guests, and all the trending topics you need to know? Then you have to tune into the ZBTR TV show. It's an electrifying show every single Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. From current affairs to lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between, we're your go-to source for vibrant discussions that matter to you. Mark your calendars. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. CST. Join the ZBTR TVS show live stream and be part of something amazing. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Most of our viewers are not subscribed, and we really want you to be part of our growing community. Also, give us a follow on our social media platforms to stay updated throughout the week.
Hello, everybody. Good morning from Dallas, Texas. This is Nathan Nkama, ZBTR TV. We do appreciate you joining us from wherever you're watching. Good afternoon, Zambia. Good evening, the Pacific world. I know you're just about to go to sleep, but just give us a few moments and listen to this intriguing conversation. And good morning, America. Well, today we are talking Zambia innovation and investment with some of the brightest minds shaping Africa's future. So forget the cliches and everything else that you hear and all that stuff that's going on. We are going to hear some intriguing and important information concerning opportunities being presented by the Zambian economic environment, especially the diaspora community. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Tune in, join us, and subscribe to our channel, ZBTR TV, YouTube, and we are also on Facebook and on X. All right, let me introduce my panel today, and then we shall get into our conversation. Joining us this morning from the great city or the heart of the Americas is the economic counselor at the Zambia Embassy in the United States, Mr. Mumbi Mulenga. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Nkama. And
welcome.
It's great for us to be here. Thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent. And also joining us from the great city of Atlanta in Georgia is Dr. Anna Katema Banda. She's the honorary consul for the state of Georgia. Hi, Anna. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Thank you for having us.
It's been a long time. You were supposed to have been here 10 years ago. Also joining us within like 4 hours from where I live, from the great city of Houston, is Miss Maureen. How do you say this? Di Matteo?
DiMaggio, yes.
Di Matteo. Okay, yeah. Forgive your brother from Ufrira. Pronunciation is a little bit of a challenge. She is the honorary consul for the state of Texas. Welcome, Maureen. It's good to have you here.
Good morning, and thank you for this.
And one of Zambia's brightest minds in the diaspora, Mavuto Kaela from Sacramento, California, is also the founder of a company called Leverage. Is that what it is, Kaela? Did I say that right?
Leverage.
Leverage. Okay.
Yes, yes. Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Excellent. Welcome. This is the team that is doing the work and trying to push, challenge, and encourage us towards investment opportunities in Zambia. Before we get into the roadshow, I would like us to dig or get a little bit of information from my guests here today. Before we start, Mr. Mulenga, the European government's emphasis has been on economic diplomacy. We see a lot of that, especially on Ambassador Kanyama's Facebook page. What are some of the activities in terms of investment deals that have happened behind the scenes? Can you tell us about them?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Nkata. And let me first start by extending warm welcome to the listeners who are tuned in today. Like said earlier, my name is Mumbi Mlenga. I'm Counselor Economic at the Embassy of Zambia, based in Washington, D.C. It is an honor to represent the government of the Republic of Zambia on this platform as we build the momentum towards the Invest in Zambia innovation as well as innovation roadshow that will be taking place next week. Now to your question. When President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND administration assumed office in August 2021, indeed the emphasis has been on economic diplomacy. In his earlier message to the global world, Mr. Hichilema promised that economic diplomacy and foreign diplomacy should be able to provide for the citizens and be able to grow the citizens' income per household. To realize this vision, government developed the 8th National Development Plan, which is the plan that ran from 2022, and it will be concluding its implementation in 2026, which focuses on economic growth, job creation, and improved livelihood of our people. You may know that it's quite impossible for jobs to be created when the economy is not doing well. And in that regard, given that we are defaulted on our debt commitment some time back, government decided to undergo the restructuring process of our debt, which was suffocating our economy and our ability to also address issues of social amenities such as education and other health-related duties of the government. I am happy to report and to confirm that the debt restructuring process is progressing well. And this also has encouraged and has helped to enhance the confidence that investors have in Zambia now. Recently, the World Bank and the IMF has projected Zambia to grow by 6% thereabout in this year in terms of economic growth, given this is as a result of the various interventions and efforts that the government has been doing. And we also believe that this has in part rekindled interest in the investors, and the investors are now positioning themselves to play a critical role in the development of our economy.
Okay.
So let me start by mentioning some of the deals that have happened over the period when this government has been in power, and
give us like 2 or 3.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And some are happening now. So I'll mention one in the mining sector or two. The mining sector had seen 2 major mines which were placed under liquidation. This was Mopani Copper Mine and Konkora Copper Mine. These were contributors to our economy. As you know, Zambia's foreign earning has about 75% of its foreign earning coming from the export of copper. So the liquidation of these 2 copper mines meant that the country's economy was to be disturbed in terms of earnings. So what we saw when this government took over power was that they had to resolve issues that were surrounding Mopani and issues which were surrounding the Konkora Copper Mine. And we saw the handing over of these mines and operations. Now mining activities have continued to take place. And these mines, you may wish to know, that contributes to the job pool, the job creation muscle of the country, as it contributes to more than 20,000 jobs in the copper belt. The other positive that we've seen in the mining sector is the coming on board of cobalt metal, the Mingomba mine. The Mingomba mine is poised to be one of the largest deposit of copper in the world and in Africa. And this is an investment that is coming out of the US.
Mr. Mlenga, somebody watching may not know where Mingomba is in Zambia. Where is Mingomba?
Mingomba is in the copper belt, in the northwestern province.
Okay.
That's where Mingomba is, and this is a mine that the US, the investors in the US, who are Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, are promoting. They are financing this mine. It is projected that it will have an investment of about $2 billion. And so far, the exploration and drilling processes have brought in to the tune of about $200 million, and has employed, it has created about 500 jobs in that sector. So other important factors in the mining sector is the mapping of the mineral resource that Zambia has. Last year in August, government undertook a decision to start the mapping process of Zambian endowment. And this was so critical to a point that we needed to know what we have, so that these can now help us in our negotiations for financing using mineral bonds, as well as in our negotiations for partnerships with our partners who are the investors. Let me move away from this particular sector, and let me talk briefly about the infrastructure development that is taking place in the country. Government, upon resuming power in 2021, decided that major projects will be undertaken using the public-private partnership mode of financing, so that the undertaking of these major projects should not be a burden on the resources that the country has. So we have seen in this aspect the construction of the Ndola Lusaka dual carriageway, which is an upgrade of the road which was there, taking shape. Works are progressing, and this is done in partnership with NAPSA and has no burden on the budget of government.
All right.
The other infrastructure that is so critical to the US market is the Lobito Corridor project. The Lobito Corridor project is a rail project that is being financed with the support of the US and the European Union. And this is a rail line that will link Zambia, Congo to the port in Luanda, in Angola, through the Lobito port corridor. And this would give Zambia and Congo access to the sea through the Atlantic Ocean. So this is one critical infrastructure that is unlocking a lot of opportunities in almost all the sectors. This also is attracting a number of interests from different players, both in the US and around the globe. And we are calling on our investors in the US and the Zambian diaspora to pay particular attention to this project and to position yourself in your investment portfolios in this region, because this is the region that is going to attract a lot of potential, and it will also bring a lot of interest even from others.
Question, now, Mr. Mwenga, on the Lobito thing, is this something, will there be information shared during the Zambia Investment Innovation Roadshow?
Yes, I was really coming to that. Yes.
Okay.
One of the things that will be promoted during this roadshow is the Lobito Corridor.
Excellent.
As you know, activities, government has given the duty of the Lobito Corridor to the Ministry of Transport and Logistics.
So that's why the Minister of Transport is on
the Minister of Transport is also traveling and coming to California. I think this will be one of the components of the roadshow, and I think there will be more emphasis on the Lobito Corridor and the opportunities around the Lobito Corridor.
Let me ask you to end there. I'll come back to you so that you give more detail. We don't want to give away what's going to be going on at the roadshow so that people come. So you've all got a team right there. That because I know some people that's their main interest, the Lobito thing, whatever you call it.
Maybe just in a second, one critical component, the diversification of the energy sector. Zambia last year experienced a severe drought, which had hampered our ability to produce energy, which is electricity. And then we are now promoting the diversification of the energy sector. And this has resulted in reforms being made that encourages the coming in of the private sector to generate, to also transmit and sell electricity to clients within Zambia and outside of the country. So we also see opportunities in the energy sector, as the country begins to diversify from its dependence on hydroelectricity to other forms of electricity.
All right, excellent.
Yes,
One
thank
of
you.
the things that has happened in the recent past, if I may use that expression, is this question is to Anne and Maureen. One of the things that has happened in the recent past is the embassy has, I don't know whether to say appointed or engaged a number of honorary consuls. We have quite a number compared to what we have seen in the past. Anna and Maureen, so you got these calls, or I don't know whether you received an email or somebody called you and they said, how about serving as an honorary consul? So I would like, because people have been asking, I told you behind the scenes, people have been asking this question to say they want to know how things happened, how did you end up where you are? What was the first thing that went through your mind when you were asked? Who's going to start first, Maureen?
Okay, I'll go first. Thank you for that question. Yes, I know a lot of people do ask that question. And as you know, there are actually 4 honorary consuls now in the US.
Okay.
Yeah, apart from Georgia and California and Houston, we also have one in Massachusetts.
Okay.
So really, when I got the call from the embassy to find out if I could serve in this role, my first thought was I had a lot of questions. Pretty much, I had a lot of questions because I wanted to fully understand what the role entailed, especially as we work full time and this is a voluntary position. So I think a lot of people do not know this, but this is a voluntary position.
You are not paid?
Yeah. So, so I thought I had to put that out there. So after much consideration and thought, I mean, I had to ask for a lot of, to be given time to think about this because doing this, I mean, it didn't happen overnight. We had to go through some vetting process,
Okay.
which took a lot of months. Yeah, almost a year, right, Doctor?
Yeah,
Okay.
not longer.
Yes, we had to go through a vetting process. So anyway, with that being said, I saw it as a new and as an opportunity for me to learn new things, to stretch myself and just to grow personally and professionally at the end of the day.
Okay. Anna?
Well, so when I got the question, it was truly humbling for me, number one. And secondly, it was a lot of responsibility. And just the thought of now you're going to carry everywhere you go, you're going to be known as representing Zambia. So that comes with a huge responsibility. So I had to factor that in, talk to my family, and they were supportive. And one of the things, as you know, I'm active in the community. I have
Yes.
love for Zambia. So for a long time, without the title, we have been serving as Zambia's ambassadors in the diaspora. So this just gave title to what we already do, and now taking it more to expand and really looking to open more doors for Zambia in the places that we should be recognized in the state of Georgia. Yeah, and I will emphasize what my sister said. It is volunteer. We do not get paid by the Zambian government. It is, no, we do not. It is a voluntary work because of the love for country.
Okay. So what are your responsibilities?
So so you come with the mandate from the government. So this is Zambian government through the embassy to us. And so we are Zambian American. So an honorary consul has to be a US citizen.
Okay.
And so the main thing is it has to be mutual benefit. So I represent Zambia, but at the same time, I'm also an American. So whatever I'm doing has to be mutual benefit for both the US and Zambia. So that's the biggest thing to balance here. So representing both sides, that's why they go for the citizens in that country. And so the mandate given to me by the embassy coming from Zambia is a few things. So promoting trade and investment. And so we have the sectors like Mr. Mumbi had mentioned: energy, manufacturing, tourism, mining. More important for Georgia, what I'm pushing is also partnerships in education sectors and also the healthcare sector. So that is one of the mandates. The second thing is working closely with the Zambian diaspora, essentially being the bridge between the Zambian diaspora in Georgia and the embassy. Just here to complement the associations which are here. Thirdly, working very closely with the government here in Georgia. So state, local governments, again, to represent Zambia's mandate, but also making sure it's mutually beneficial and promoting the culture of Zambia as well. So those are the main mandates that come with this role.
Okay, Maureen, you want to add on? How do you balance the thing? She's used the word balance in her explanation. So I want you to push in some information there on balancing.
Like she mentioned, I too also have already been involved like in the community. So in terms of balancing, this is really like it gives us the opportunity to be out there with a title, as she says, and to balance just making sure that we represent Zambia, and the US. We are here to, like, whenever they want to do something, we are able to tell them, this in my region, this is how things work. So from a US point of view, and Texas in particular. So we can be consulted for that, to just give them a feel of what is going on even around here, what will go best and how do we best put our best foot forward. Apart from that, we also help the embassy in trying to maintain a digital database of our citizens, because we've never had one of those. So this is something that the embassy is working on. We want to make sure that all the Zambians are registered, where it is nothing other than just knowing who our people are. And with us also doing this, it also just makes sure that we know when something happens, especially with the current environment, we know where our people are. So it kind of balances both. When we need you, or when you need us, the embassy at least will have some information about you. So really, it's really to strengthen diaspora engagement and culture, and fostering culture, as well as education exchanges.
The registration of the Zambian residents in the US has been one of the big challenges, but however, we shall come back to that later. So, Mavuto, Mr. Mlenga has given us the government picture concerning investment. Anna and Maureen have explained how they are helping the government to push that agenda. Right. Now, to you, a Zambian American who owns a business in the US, everybody. Now, don't get tired, everybody. We are getting to the roadshow very soon. We are building up, okay? So, Mavuto, you are a business owner in the US.
Yes.
What are your experiences as a Zambian running a business in the US? What are your experiences, and what would you like to tell others there what they need to learn?
Right. So first of all, I'd like to, and thanks for that question, but I would like to caveat with the fact that in the state of California, there is an honorary consul, and I also help with the duties of Mr. Rajan Ranchod, who's the honorary consul for the state of California. So a little bit familiar with some of the aspects they talked about. Yes. But in terms of being a business owner in the US, first of all, I'm a newer business owner in the sense that my business was launched just recently, and the trajectory and direction of that business was conceptualized in a very specific tech space. And my experience so far has been very, very eye-opening in the sense that it is not often what you think at the onset of that conceptualization that is, how it's going to play.
Yes.
But being very open-minded along that road that you're walking actually allows you to walk a very rich road that opens even higher, more diverse doors than what you anticipated. So open-mindedness has been at the core of my business experience so far, and because my business is a platform, it's a tech platform. At the founding, it's a tech platform. There has to be a development period, right, and then you get to the growth stage, launch and then you grow in different directions with that platform. So we're still in development, and that's the key factor about the business. We're still in development, but
Okay.
the other areas that I've found that I've opened is that because it's a platform and because we're still in development, it has actually attracted areas of service areas that I did not even anticipate. So being open-minded is very key, especially in the US, and being in California, the tech space. Being open-minded is very key because you have to be able to harness all openings that come along with it.
Okay. What a lot of people may not know is you are also a community leader, all right? Association president,
yes.
For Northern, is it Northern California?
Northern California, yes. So I wear many hats, right? And as the founder of Leverage, which is a tech innovation platform, and then being president of Zambians in Northern California, that puts me right at the nexus of the Zambian experience in America, because I'm grounded by listening to and leading the community, right? But also at the same time, forward looking. I have essentially a purview that is not afforded to many. So yes, as a businessman and leader, it is a very humbling process. And
what indications are you getting from your community about this roadshow?
Yeah, that's very interesting. So the clearest indication I think I'm getting is that we have not done, or Zambia has not engaged in these types of engagements enough, right? So it appears that there's a learning curve that the community is sort of experiencing here. I think we hear in the past that Zambian leaders are visiting the US or whatever, but it's always very distant. They visited LA, they signed this thing, or they visited this place and they did that thing. There's never a confluence of, with this visit, the diaspora is involved, and we get to experience them, right? We get to see them. It's almost as if we're still in Zambia, where leaders are far away and they only show up during election year. Right? So what the roadshow is,
Kaela, just say it. Most of the time, they end up in DC.
Right.
That's what happens. Most of the time, don't spare Mr. Mulenga. This is a rare opportunity we have here.
Yes.
Most of the time, they end up in DC. We just see on Ambassador Chibamba Kanyama's Facebook page that, the finance minister was here and all that.
Usually these travels, they usually travel for
specific
annual conferences like the World Bank, the IMF Spring, and for meetings. So in that regard, it's quite hard for us to move him from his engagements at the World Bank. The embassy has been let me conclude.
No. This is my opportunity to You know what? One thing I'll commend you, this team, this embassy staff we have. One thing I'll commend you, you do answer your phones. That I'll give to you. Okay. When these high delegation people come from Zambia, from Lusaka, they need to have Dallas, Atlanta, California on their schedule and not just end up in Lusaka. Let's take a break and then we are going to jump into the roadshow. This part was I just wanted the people to get to know who Anna, Maureen, Mavuto, and what Mr. Malenga does. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to jump into the roadshow. Okay, everybody?
Welcome to VibeForge AI Studios, where creativity meets innovation for artists, businesses, and ministries everywhere. We craft high-quality media fused with AI magic. Fast, affordable, and professional. From ad campaigns to event promos and music videos, our AI tools bring your vision to life. Whether you're an artist, entrepreneur, content creator, or ministry, VibeForge is built for you. Our work is driven by faith, innovation, excellence, and integrity, always. See our portfolio on YouTube at The Christian Blogger and imagine what we can create for you. Let's build something extraordinary together today. Call, WhatsApp, email, or visit our website.
My name is Jito Kayumba, Special Assistant to the President of the Republic of Zambia for Finance and Investment, and I'm here to officially invite you, U.S. investors, Zambians in the diaspora, particularly in the U.S., to be part of the U.S. Zambia Investment Roadshow that's taking place in the month of September in 3 states in the U.S. We're talking about Georgia, Texas, California. We're calling on all of you to look at the details on this website to get more information about where, when you can join us, to hear more about the great investment destination that is Zambia. Now, Zambia is really a positive story in Africa. It's a beacon of hope. It's a shining light led by, of course, a phenomenal president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, who's really been driving reforms that's enabling Zambia to come out of a difficult debt situation to a point where the debt has been restructured, where industries like mining, we know how important critical minerals are to the world, that people around the world, including the US, require this resource. And of course, we're privileged to have incredible US investors like Cobalt Metals, backed by great investors out of the US who are pumping money into the Republic of Zambia in the mining sector, as well as those involved in gold and many other sectors. The energy sector is another industry that's coming up, agriculture, and much more. We want to engage with you. I will be present, of course, the Zambia Development Agency Director General, as well as the ambassador, our ambassador to the United States, and many other officials who can clarify, who can provide perspective, and who can essentially expose what is really a diamond in the rough. And this is Zambia's.
All right, everybody, welcome back. You are watching ZBTR TV. Our theme today is Zambia Investment and Innovation Roadshow, which starts next week. Okay, we are going to jump into the roadshow right now, and then just to give you insight and perspective of what is going on. All right, first of all, we're always glad to have our audience watching. Dr. Kayingo says she's watching from Indianapolis. And Peter Musunga, good afternoon from Zambia. Watching from Canada. Anna, that's Roger is coming your way, right?
Did I hear Copa? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, you know him. Let's not even go there. Yeah, you know how it is. Atlanta is in the house. Hi, Vachanda. I need to give you a call. And who else here? Nasilele says, I think honorary consulate should be given some sort of compensation so more people can be attracted.
But then that takes away from being honorary, because it's supposed to be really just volunteer, and that's
volunteer. No, we can remove the honorary part on the title.
Well, they can bring Georgia, a consulate.
Yeah, Georgia consulate, Chapwa. There will be no honorary, okay? Fabi watching from Idaho, and I think this is your husband, right? Watching closely from Atlanta. Thank you, Mr. Banda. We appreciate. And Zenith says, what a wonderful thing you're all doing to volunteer. When I was Zenith, no volunteering. To volunteer is truly to be selfless. And I'm learning from that. Mavuto, we were together. Yeah, Mavuto, we were together at ATC in Chingola. What a wonderful work that you are doing. Small world, okay? Small world. All right, let's get into this now. First of all, let me put up the website there. So everybody, that's the website you can go to and get all the details and everything about the roadshow. Quick question to Mr. Mulenga before I get to Mavuto, Anna, and Maureen about what's happening in California, Houston, and Atlanta. I'm sure all of us did see this, the big conference at, is it at the Kenneth Kaunda Wing at Mulungushi International Conference? Is this investment innovation roadshow an extension of what just happened at the Invest Zambia conference sponsored by ZDA?
Not exactly.
Okay.
It is a separate but complementary initiative.
Excellent.
As you know, ZDA is given the mandate to sell Zambia to the global market.
Okay.
And one of the other tools that they use is promoting investment roadshows. Like Mr. Kaila said, this has never happened before. And the US happens to be the first country and the first mission doing this. So we believe from here now we shall come up with a template of how engagements can be done in other missions. But we see this as a different initiative.
Okay.
In that, the Invest Zambia International Conference, which was held in Lusaka in July, was more domestic, and it also included though international players that came to feature and also participate in the conference. It showcased Zambia quite okay, and now we are trying to move away from that engagement. Now we are coming to the US itself. To investors, we are trying to bring awareness on opportunities that are in Zambia. And that's why you see that now we are bringing in a team that will travel with the ambassador to try and showcase the opportunities that Zambia has and the types of projects that investors can take advantage of for mutually beneficial benefits.
Okay, excellent. Mavuto, you are the, there's no honorary in front of you.
No. No.
Mourinho can tell that Ulubuli is my middle name.
Right. Still not getting paid, by the
way. You know, as for Mufurira, that's where we are. Everybody, Kaila is the lead coordinator for the 3 road shows, all right? So let's get into the road shows. Where are we starting from?
So
where does it start from?
Yes. So the first stop is in California, and it actually is next week, next Friday. We expect the folks to land by Thursday, and active days in California will be from that Friday, the September 5th, to Tuesday, September 9th. And then they go on to Georgia, where they'll be there from the 9th to the 14th, and fly out to Texas and be there from the 14th essentially to the 18th. And then fly out to New York for the United Nations General Assembly. Some folks, of course, will have to go back. For instance, the minister is only attending the California leg of the roadshow, and then so that's essentially the layout of where the stops are.
So here is one thing as we zero into these individual road shows, if I may say that, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if people are able to see this. California seems to have a lot going on, okay? So help us understand how this has been broken down in California.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your question.
You can see my mind runs faster than my mouth. So just break down for us how it's going to, because I can see a lot of activities in California. We want the people to understand what's happening on a particular day, the date, and what is happening. Break it down for us that way. Yeah.
Right. So I'll break it down thematically. The entire roadshow, of course, is tailored to attract institutional investors, institutional investment into Zambia. However, the way this has been structured is to involve the diaspora aspect as well. So I'll start on Friday. We have some site visits, some agricultural site visits to large agricultural corporations in areas of processing that they will visit on Friday morning, and then there'll be a briefing after that. There'll be another site visit in the afternoon, potentially, and we haven't locked this in fully, but potentially to UC Davis Center for Agriculture Tech. As you know, California is, has the biggest, economic takings from agriculture. So it's essentially the biggest agriculture state. So alignment with Zambia's agriculture sector has been important in this aspect. And California also happens to be the fourth largest economy in the world. So taking advantage of that alignment is key. So then we jump into Saturday. Saturday we have another site visit in the morning with a briefing. So both Friday and Saturday are more agri-centric.
Let me interrupt you. Now, these site visits,
yes,
those that have paid to participate, are they part of the delegation? Are they part of the group? Or
no? These are focused site visits to specific entities. So
by who?
By the delegation and those entities that have invited the delegation to come and visit, so that they can do a focused presentation, a focused tour. We at the core of this, we want outcomes, right? So involving a lot of people can distract from getting outcomes. So these tours are very focused. Where we included the diaspora specifically, for instance, is on Saturday, we have slotted opportunities for diaspora folks to schedule one-on-ones and speak to the delegation on aspects of issues facing the diaspora, for instance. And then, of course, Friday evening or Saturday evening, we have the gala, the diaspora gala, where we've invited our diaspora members, our community members, to show up at the gala, be in person with the folks that are coming, hear what they have to say, hear the plans, the grand plans that they're looking at, and their projections for Zambia. I have a really good feeling about where Zambia is going, especially with this initiative. So I think it'll be important for people to, as I said earlier, the relationship to leadership has been very, very distant. So these are things where if we encourage people to come through and actually witness the leadership in person, they'll at least relate to the policies a little bit closer. So that's an opportunity for the diaspora and community folks to be there in person, relate and listen and ask a question or two.
How much is it? How much do they need to pay for it to attend this?
For the California, it is $100 to attend. And that $100 also helps to cover some of the elements of the tour itself. So it's not a fundraising opportunity. It's actually to help cover
the
parts of the rest of the roadshow.
Okay.
The very next day is Sunday. We have scheduled a specific diaspora roundtable where community members, diaspora folks, can come to that specific roundtable, sit across from the delegation, and hammer down on specific questions that face us, right? Face the diaspora people in all areas. This is not restricted, right? It is in all areas. This is an opportunity to engage and also have a brunch with the delegation.
Okay.
So we've included some important interactive activities there for the community. And then, of course, they make a pivot now to business. And the first stop on Monday will be in Stanford, California, where Cobalt Metals, as Mr. Mlenga mentioned earlier, Cobalt Metals has elected to sponsor that visit on Monday. And that visit is going to be at Stanford University. There's a conference room there at Stanford University where there will be a couple of roundtables. The first roundtable is around data sovereignty. How do we get Zambia to the place where it produces its own data, processes its own data, stores its own data, and learns from its own data? Basically, transforms itself to a data sovereign country, which would make Zambia the first African nation to be fully data sovereign. So that's a very important, very specific roundtable there.
That could create a lot of jobs.
Absolutely, because it touches on a lot of different aspects, a lot of different sectors. It's a multi-sector. And even at the building and implementation of it, it brings in different sectors together: energy, telecom, fiber, data transport, storage, compute, and AI, right at the core of it. So it's a very, very important topic. It'll be there's an entity called Lucid Circuit that will be leading a presentation for that. And the possibility for an MOU coming out of that. So that's why the mission itself is important. And then, of course, there'll be some presentations from Cobalt and its partners after that, and they'll do a tour of the Doer School at Stanford, and then that'll lead into lunch, and then another roundtable that will be focused on financial innovation, diaspora capital, Lobito corridor economics. And good to know, by the way, Mr. Mlenga, that the minister is tasked with this Lobito corridor thing, because now I'm less stressed about trying to find somebody to lead that topic. I will just pass it along to the minister.
It's really at the core of it. Yes.
Okay, so that's mainly why the Minister of Transport is coming, right? Is it communication and transport is coming?
Yes, transport and logistics. Yes,
that's cute. Okay, so then we move to Atlanta, right?
No. So we have that the financial topic roundtable, and that ends Monday, and then on Tuesday we have a site visit to a company called Carbon. It's a 3D manufacturing company. And basically, Zambia used to have a lot of manufacturing outfits a long time ago in the 70s and 80s. And we pretty much, got rid of them, or they went away over time, right? So how do we start attracting manufacturing, and not only traditional manufacturing, but also futuristic manufacturing? And visiting Carbon is very important in that direction, because they have a very specific technology, 3D technology, that can unlock some of that. And then, of course, in the afternoon of that Tuesday, we have Green Tech Climate Infrastructure Roundtable, which we'll see a few entities focused on energy that will sit on that roundtable. And what's fun about that is that it'll be held at a green building. It's a big county office building. The San Mateo County office building have agreed to host the roundtable there. So it's fitting. And because it's brand new and they like to show it, that's where we're going to have the roundtable, and the delegation will meet the county supervisor there. And that ends the California leg and off to Dr. Anna's territory.
All right. So Anna, they come into Atlanta. All right. Yeah. Everybody, the reason we're putting explain why we are putting the name.
Sure. I'll explain further. And actually the dates will be the 10th to the 14th. They come in the 10th and they'll leave Georgia on the 14th for the Atlanta leg. And so when they come in, and so let me just add on to what Mr. Kayala said before I give the specifics, because I have been personally asked why everybody can't come everywhere we are. So people who are hosting us, there's limitation. And when you say round table, it may be just a room that will accommodate 10 people. And you don't want to abuse those relationships. So we follow what they're asking us to do. If it's their executives and just delegation that they want, that's what's going to happen. There's some meetings, they don't even want me in those meetings. So I am stepping away. So that's very important for our diaspora to understand. We're not trying to keep them away from the leadership. It's just the requirement for some of these meetings. And so when they do come into Georgia on the 10th, they'll hit Georgia running, rest a few hours, and they'll have some meetings that have just recently been added, and those are closed door meetings. I'm not even going into those meetings. I'll just make sure they get to those points, they do their meetings, move them to the next meeting. And these are investors, and I can't disclose all the investors for reasons that they requested some of these things be kept confidential. And so then we move from Wednesday into Thursday. So Thursday morning from 8:30 to 11:30, we do have a business forum in Atlanta at the Backhead Club. And so that one is just $20. Very small fee for the business forum. And that's just, we're bringing a lot of businesses together. And because this is new, we haven't done this before. And so we are trying to get our name out there to a lot of businesses to know Zambia is open for business. And so we are aiming for 100 people, and I'm happy to report as of last night we're at 102. So I'm very excited. So that one has filled up. That's the business forum in Backhead. And so the disappointing thing of that number is only 20 Zambians in the 100.
Who are the rest?
They're American companies.
Yeah, of course. Zambians,
but we do want our people represented as well, our people with businesses. I was really hoping this would attract our people there. But anyway, so that is
they are not ready yet. They are still waking up.
That's true. And so that's the business forum. After the business forum, we have tours. So we have tour and roundtable meeting at an agriculture company that's looking to go into Zambia. So that's our next stop. From there, we are going to tour a water plant. Again, we know in Zambia we're having some issues with water. I know last year it was drought, but we could also, it's always good to share knowledge and learn some things. So we're going there, knowledge exchange at the water plant. And then in the evening, there is a small dinner with partners and investors. So again, small. And I will tell you, these things come with money. And one thing I want us to be mindful of, and people have come to ask, well, isn't the government paying for this? Shouldn't the government pay for this? But we also want to be mindful of taxpayers' money. And as much as we can help on the diaspora side, I think we should help. I use an example of the hospital I was trained at, Brady Hospital. It's a public hospital. Yes, the state funds it, but majority of the money that makes that a high-tech place for hospitals to compete with other hospitals is money coming from the private sector. So we have to shift that mindset as Zambians and not say, oh, government should pay for everything. I'm not doing anything because it's government. I really think we have to partner. Only we can build Zambia as private citizens in partnership with the government. But anyway, I digress. So then we go into Friday. So Friday is closed door meetings. They have several meetings. We're moving from meeting to meeting to meeting the whole day until the end of the day. So we're going to meet with people in the energy sector, fintech. We'll do a tour of a university, Kennesaw State, as well on that Friday. So it's a really busy program for them.
What's the significance of that tour to that university?
So I will tell you. So, and I don't know if I can disclose this, but the the person who founded House of Moses in Zambia, so that couple died, and they left a lot of money to that university to say, can you do stuff with Zambia?
Okay.
And so this is a opportunity to create partnerships, exchanges, and so it's a good opportunity for Zambia. And actually in 2027, they will be hosting the Year of Zambia, where in their school, they'll be teaching about Zambia.
Okay.
So, yeah, so this is a fantastic opportunity. So I guarantee people that everything that we are scheduling for the delegation coming is relevant to the country's growth. And then we go into Saturday. So Saturday morning, we do want diaspora to be involved. So Saturday morning, we will have breakfast with diaspora leaders, and anyone that I know is a diaspora leader who has told me they are coming, I have invited to this breakfast.
What does that, what's the question?
I knew I was going to get in trouble with that one.
What constitutes diaspora leader?
So association leaders, association group leaders, and they are some people, if there is a church, big church, a Zambian church in the community, I would invite that pastor because I consider that a diaspora leader, because again, they have that authority on their members in the church. So that is what I'm looking for. So those leaders coming to that breakfast, because I feel like they can represent the questions that their members have. And so that's what we're looking for at that diaspora breakfast. And then we go into diaspora culture night. And so the push for the culture night is we are going to showcase Zambian food. We are going to showcase Zambian music. We are going to showcase Zambian dance. As much as we are learning about the investment in Zambia, we also have to push in a little bit of our culture, because it's not only Zambians who are going to be there. We're having a lot of other countries coming in. So we want to showcase ourselves. And this is not cheap. So that is $100.
Okay.
It is not cheap to put that together. And again, like I said, we want to partner with the government and not just get resources from the government and use taxpayers' funds. So as much as we can help to offset some of this cost, that is the reason we are doing that. And so that will be the conclusion for Georgia. On Sunday, they will be heading out of Georgia and heading into Texas.
All right, to Maureen. Now, before Maureen comes in here, for anybody to register or to participate in these events, I don't know, maybe let me ask that question after Maureen is done. All right, Houston.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you at some point. So as you've heard, this is going to be really packed, from California to Houston. So by the time they get to Houston, we know that, can you imagine with jet lag and everything else, they'll really be tired. So by the time they get into Houston, and we are cognizant of the fact that ours is all during the week, whatever activities that we've scheduled, they're all during the week. So we are going to do more, we are going to just dial back a little so that they, they're not completely burned out. So ours is from the time that they arrive in Houston on the 14th, they'll get, their last event in Georgia will be on the 14th, on the 13th. So pretty much into the 14th. I mean, when you have like a gala. So, but on the 14th, they'll travel into Houston. So they'll get a day off once they get into Houston on the 15th, just for them to recuperate. And then in the evenings, we are just going to meet together with them because in Houston, we are being helped and collaborating with the Texas Africa Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
As you might know, the Texas Africa Chamber of Commerce did sign an MOU with the Zambia, with Zaki, the Zambia Chamber of Commerce industry. Last month, when the president for the Texas Africa Chamber of Commerce went into Zambia. So they are helping us bring these business people together for us. So they are the ones that will be mainly hosting this business aspect of it. So the first thing that you're going to do on Tuesday morning is to go to Prairie View A&M. Prairie View and A&M is a historically Black college, and they specialize in research, with meat science and all that. So we know, even as from Zambia, we are trying to get better breeds. We are trying to do better, with our ranching activities. Everyone now is trying to, to do a little bit of ranching here and there where you can, even in your little small households. This is why they'll be going there to also explore farming technologies and agriculture. So that will be in the morning. And then in the afternoon, when they get back, they'll go into private meetings again, like my colleagues explained. These are private meetings again, where that's where things happen rather than where there's a whole big group. So that signs up for 16th, and then on the 17th, they'll also in the morning go to Austin Elements. Austin Elements is also one of the companies in Houston that does low carbon processing of recycling batteries. Okay. So again, we would like for them to learn something from there and see if we can identify opportunities to apply similar technologies in Zambia.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. And then in the meeting in the afternoon on the 17th, we'll be going to the mayor's office. The mayor's office also is important because they also help you connect to the local government here. Yes. Remember, we are talking about balancing. So how do you do this? So it's also a courtesy call, as well as to just get their support, whenever we need them to say, hey, can you help us with this? Then they can come on board and help us make those connections and just help us identify opportunities for US companies to invest in Zambia, because sometimes they'll get, there are some sectors, private sectors, that will go to the city rather than anywhere else that they might know about. And then on the 18th of September, which is a Thursday, again, this is during the week. So this is where we're in the morning, they'll visit the Port of Houston. Okay. And the Port of Houston is really to identify viable channels for exporting Zambia's, products, the mining, agriculture, and value-added products, because we are thinking big at this point, with what the government has been doing. We want to, everybody now in Zambia is farming. So if the cooperatives in Zambia can work together to start, doing these imports and exports, imports into here, this is important for logistics. Yes. So really, it's just to also learn about the security, the customs procedures, and the automations and the systems that they use to run the Port of Houston. Okay. And then in the evening, that is when we have our diaspora engagement meeting. So again, like I said, this is going to be a very informal kind of dinner, because we know that all this along they've been wearing suits at the galas or whatever, really dressed up, but we are now dialing down so that they can have a little more, a little more of the casual approach to things before they get back to Unga, because most of them again will be going for Unga. So really, we are happy that the Colombo Consulting have, opened up their home. So it's a private home. And that is why we we want to know who's coming, and even just to make sure that we have the right number of people, because they are the ones that have sponsored the bigger portion of the whole event for us.
Excellent. All right. There you go, everybody. It's a packed schedule, a packed program right there. I have a question here. Okay. Great conversation. Are these road shows planned for other continents too? If not, how was the USA selected as the first one? Is that for you, Mr. Mlenga? You want to answer that?
Yes.
Could I just add one more thing that I forgot?
Okay.
On Wednesday, in the afternoon, I just talked about the visit to the battery company. In the evenings, that's when we'll have the round table for the business people. So this is also not a paid event. So that is why we want to make sure that the people that are coming here are serious business people, because the Chamber of Commerce is trying to make sure that we kind of vet who's coming to that table. We don't want somebody to occupy a table when they have not, a chair, when they, when you leave out the actual business people.
All right. Thank you. That's very important. Thank you, Maureen. Mr. Tembo, could you address that question before I ask other questions coming? Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much. The roadshow in the US is just the first in the pipeline. We've all been given a mandate to market Zambia as foreign missions or around the globe. The mandate is to ensure that we attract investment into Zambia. And to do this, there are various activities that are being planned for in other missions as well. So this is the first of its kind being done by a mission in collaboration with institutions in Zambia. You may wish to know that this was confirmed by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and they are eager to learn what will happen on this particular roadshow, so that they can replicate the same in other missions. So we are going to have quite a number of such engagements going forward. Given that the outcomes of this one will be positive, and we are working tirelessly to ensure that all fits into the agenda of bringing investment back to Zambia. And I believe it will be a replica. We are trying to make a template of what can be done and what is doable. Such undertaking is costly both to government and to stakeholders like the honorary councils. So in our initial thought as an embassy, we thought we cannot do this as an embassy alone. We needed to ensure that we have people we can rely on in states where we are going. These are the honorary councils, as you are seeing, who are right on the ground, who make the groundwork, who runs around, who also make engagements. So we strategically made it this way so that we can come at a right time and we can have these engagements at the right time. So a part of it, even in other countries, we will emphasize the need for the creation of honorary councils because it makes the work easier. And embassies in DC, we hardly know what is happening in other states. And to do that, we need to commit a lot of resources. We need to make a lot of movements. But if we have the consul offices like we do have in US, it makes the work much easier and it makes coordination possible. Thank you.
That's true. Excellent. I think this is the ambassador responding. Great conversation. The roadshow was determined by the Zambia embassy in the USA. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for that response. Dr. Kayingu says this is a great initiative. What role does the government see for diaspora entrepreneurs, investors in driving Zambia's innovation economic development?
Okay. The diaspora is I will call them the 11th province in Zambia, because of their connections to to organizations in countries where they reside. And also we see that their expertise, the expertise they've accumulated for years, is what we need for Zambia to develop. So we see the diaspora as citizens that should play a critical role in this drive for economic diversification as well as growth. So they are a critical part of our development, and that's the more reason why the ambassador has really motivated us to engage the diaspora whenever possible, and to pay much attention to proposals that are coming from the diaspora in terms of us trying to facilitate engagements with Zambian ministries as well as agencies and departments. So we see the diaspora to be critical in the development of the country.
Excellent.
And if I may just add also that
before you come in, Mavuto, everybody, that's the website. All the information, all the details that you'd like to know, that is the information there. Secondly, before Mavuto speaks, I believe for Houston, that's a website. Is that right,
That's
Maureen?
Georgia. Oh, that's Houston. Oh, okay. We have
this is our link, and just so everybody knows, space is limited. So please jump onto it right now. There won't be any other spaces added after, you know, we've reached our capacity.
Okay. All right. Over to you, Mr. Kaila.
Yeah, I've also shared a countdown link there that has that should have links for all the states. I'll be adding the Texas link to it after a while. But what I was going to add is that, you know, we also, you know, some changes at the onset of the new administration, right? And the recognition from the embassy was that, of course, one of the best ways to lean forward is to go directly to the states. So it's an initiative that was born of the embassy, and then the ZDA was invited to this initiative, and of course the messaging and all of that now being led in concert with ZDA and other partners. So it's a very new initiative, and I think very innovative initiative, and we're looking forward to this becoming the template for how Zambia engages in other states, not only in other states in the US, but also across the globe. Because, you know, as the website says, it's ZambiaRoadshow.org. It does not say ZambiaUSRoadshow.org. So it is templating itself as we move forward. So,
okay, so in other words, this website will be maintained for other roadshows coming.
There's no question, because
all right, Australia, Asia, Europe, South Africa, and
the information will shift and tailor to those
roadshows coming up.
Yeah.
To all of you, Mavuto, Anna, Maureen. So if I come into, I'm coming from a place where there's no roadshow happening. Okay, Chicago, Arizona, Dallas. I don't even know why this didn't take place in Dallas, but that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day. My question is concerning, so if I come, everybody, that's the reason when we put up the name of the city, we are in brackets, we're indicating the exact suburb. You know, Atlanta is a big town. Houston is, you can drive from North Houston to South Houston.
1
How
hour.
long, Maureen? For 1 hour,
1
right?
hour.
Yeah. So we
Or
don't,
more.
yeah, we don't want you to say you said Houston. So me, I came into Houston. So that's the specific area where all these things will be happening. Please pay attention to that. Okay. That's why we are doing this.
So can I say something about the one you just flashed for Atlanta?
Which one?
So the for Atlanta, the business forum is in Atlanta proper. It's Buckhead, but it is Atlanta proper. Within the perimeter. So we call within the perimeter, and then we go outside the perimeter. And Norcross is outside the perimeter, but it's not that far. It's about a 30-minute drive from the city. So it's not too far. And we are, like I've been posting on my Facebook page, hotels near the culture night. And the people who are coming in from out of state or out of the US, outside the US, which is, I'm very excited to have people coming from Canada into Atlanta. I'm posting hotels that are close to the venue to help them out. And once I see somebody purchase the ticket, I am also contacting people and guiding them.
Yeah, that's the question I wanted to throw to the three of you, Mavuto, Maureen, and concerning accommodation, because I mean, somebody will come into Sacramento and then they are standing there thinking where to go. So that the website provides that information, right?
Well, like my website, the website, it will ask you where you're coming from. So once you see that you're coming from out of Houston or anywhere else, I'm sending you a link for the possible hotels that you can choose to stay at.
Okay, all right, excellent. Okay, final question before I ask everybody to give their final word. Honorable Councillor, how is this is a question that was sent to me. I'm not creating this question, so.
When you said that, it scares me. What is the question?
No. I don't want Mlenga to think I ambushed him. I didn't send these questions. I don't ambush people here. I tell you in advance what I'm going to ask you. I don't want him, Van. I don't want him to call me after the shot. He went Kama. He went,
and also, Pastor Nkama, you brought it out that why wasn't it in Dallas? But you forget that Houston is the energy capital of the U.S., medical capital of the U.S. Come on. And these are the sectors that the government is also interested in, So
the right place, huh?
There. Yeah, this is the right place.
Maureen, I was trying to be diplomatic, and all you had to do is just throw that punch at me, honestly.
I had to put it out there.
Okay, I hear. No, Houston is a very wide. Mr. Mlenga, how is the Zambian government working to reduce red tape and build investor confidence, particularly for diaspora investors who may lack local networks or legal familiarity?
Okay, thank you, sir, for the question. We do recognize that there is a bit of red tape in the processes, especially those to do with investment and investors coming to Zambia. And the government is doing the following. One, government has launched the Business Regulatory Review Agency, which reviews and streamlines licenses and permits to reduce the lead time from application to award of permits. So this is also an online platform where even investors in the US can do this and can have permits approved and given. The ZDA also has a platform which provides a one-stop shop for investors. This platform enables people to register companies, to do accounts. Also, it also gives them the opportunity to apply for permits for land, as well as other things. Also, it provides information on the kind of documentations that investors will have to provide in order for certain registrations to be done, and also the information on the regulatory reforms that can support their investment is also
that's
on the
very
platform.
important. Yeah, that's very, very important.
Yes, sir. So we try, the government is trying to also streamline all government services through the eZambia service portal. And this is with a view that services are critical and should be provided to the people on time. So we're trying to use these systems in order to beat the late tapes that people have been complaining about, because these concerns have been there for quite some time. In energy reforms, we are also seeing a situation where government is now opening up the energy sector to also encourage the private sector to come in to generate energy and to sell them to the markets, to people that would want to get this. For diaspora investors specifically, we are looking on diaspora target services like diaspora desks. I believe ZDA has one, as well as other ministries are beginning to appoint personnel that would be looking at diaspora engagement. So we are, the government is working to see that in the agriculture sector, agriculture ministry, there will be a focal point that will address issues related to agriculture coming from the diaspora. So we are seeing this coming together well, and if at all this is promoted, we are going to have a reduction in terms of red tape. In short, our commitment is to remove bottlenecks, ensure transparency, and provide certainty so that investors and the diaspora can have confidence as they intend to bring their money and invest in our economy. Thank you so much.
Excellent. I think I have a lot of questions for government. What we need to do is to get in touch with your office. Since now you know this is a safe space, Bamulenga, you can come back again, right?
Yes.
Yes,
we can. The embassy can, if I'm not able, the ambassador and other officers are there to ensure that
I
they
have
provide information.
I have a lot of questions here for government, but this was meant to push and promote the roadshow. As we end here, we shall go this way. Kyla, your last comment, just let's make it a few seconds, then we'll go to Maureen, then we'll end with Dr. Katem.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I'll just stress that the roadshow, first of all, thank you to the ambassador for conceptualizing this. Thank you to the embassy staff for conceptualizing this. The ZDA staff are working tirelessly on this to bring it to fruition. So I'll just encourage everybody to look at the proximity of where you are, visit the individual states, support by going to these galas and events. Not being able to participate in the particular meetings, the high focus meetings, does not mean that's the only way to support. As a matter of fact, the best way for us to support is to show up. And those events outside of those high focus meetings are meant for us to support. So I encourage everyone to look at that countdown link. It'll have all the links to all the states. I'll be adding Texas very, very shortly.
Maureen.
Okay. I just want to say also thank you for this opportunity to be able to share this, and just to reiterate that please sign up for this event. Izula Muyangala, as they say.
That's Mashallah.
Yeah, so please don't wait until the last minute to try and join this conversation. It will be for an opportunity for us in the diaspora to share our expertise, to add a voice and join the conversation towards a better Zambia for all of us.
Dr. Katema.
Thank you, Pastor Nkama, for having us. This was a great opportunity for us. I just want to stress that we really want the diaspora to take part, and I need to emphasize that in the diaspora events, we are highlighting diaspora. The MC in the events is from diaspora. The people moderating any panels are part of diaspora. So this is truly where we want to partner with diaspora and bring them in. It's not about the embassy, it's not about ZDA. Again, it's about promoting diaspora. I think we need to borrow a page from other countries and see how Nigeria or Ghana has been able to get their diaspora to be involved. And I think it's Zambian time, and just for people to know that as honorary consuls, we're here to be the bridge, and we need to turn the love of Zambia into action, into investments, into job creation and economic growth. So that is my final word. Please buy your tickets, and spots are filling up quickly. Thank
Excellent.
you.
All right. So everybody, this wasn't just talk. This is a call to action. Zambia is not waiting to be discovered. Zambia is ready, innovating, investing, and inviting the world to come in. All right. So everybody, let's go into Zambia, especially us in the diaspora. This is our opportunity. Let's make this go viral, okay? Not the crazy stuff that you make go viral. This is what needs to go viral.
I agree.
Let's push it out there. Zambia Investment, hashtag Zambia Investment Roadshow 2025. And thank you, Mavuto. Mr. Malenga, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's a safe place, like I've said. I expect to see you again.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I look forward to it.
All right, Maureen, thank you. And Dr.
Pleasure.
Katema, thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Yes, this was our show for today. So let's all purpose to get involved and to get engaged in what is going on behind the scenes. And then you can be part of Zambia's development. Next week, we have a great conversation coming. Don't forget to tune in ZBTR TV. Until next week, have a great weekend.
Hey Zambia, are you ready to kickstart your Saturdays with insightful conversations, unmissable guests, and all the trending topics you need to know? Then you have to tune into the ZBTR TV show. It's an electrifying show every single Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. From current affairs to lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between, we're your go-to source for vibrant discussions that matter to you. Mark your calendars. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. CST, join the ZBTR TV show live stream and be part of something amazing. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Most of our viewers are not subscribed, and we really want you to be part of our growing community. Also, give us a follow on our social media platforms to stay updated throughout the week.
Zambia Blog Talk Radio.